So, if you're running a small or medium-sized business in South Africa, you already know the end of the month can be a total nightmare for one big reason: payroll. Today, we're going to break down a modern solution that's built from the ground up to solve that exact problem. Let's jump right in. I just have one question for all the business owners and finance managers out there. Does the thought of month end fill you with, a bit of dread? Is payroll that one big bottleneck that just grinds everything to a halt? If you're nodding along right now, you are in exactly the right place. And I bet these frustrations sound familiar, right? That slow, super stressful month-end crunch, software that's so rigid it just can't handle your company's unique rules for commissions or shifts, those high license fees that just keep coming month after month, and maybe the worst one of all, those messy reports you export, only to spend hours cleaning them up in Excel, all while that little voice in your head is worrying, are we 100% compliant with SARS? So what's really going on here? What's the root of all this pain? Well, it turns out that the standard off-the-shelf software so many of us have been told to rely on, it's often the problem itself, not the solution. Let's just compare the two ways of doing things. You got the old way, with standard software, which kind of boxes you in. You're stuck with their templates, you're dealing with slow processing, and you're always one click away from a potential error. But the new way, a bespoke solution, it completely flips that on its head. It's all about building a system around your business designed for instant, accurate, and way more cost-effective results. Okay, so how is this new way even possible? Well, the secret sauce, the engine behind it all, is an incredibly powerful open-source database called PostgreSQL. Let's dig into how this one piece of tech can build a much, much better payroll system. And when you put them side by side, the difference is just night and day. Let's talk speed. We're not talking about slow batch runs anymore. We're talking about thousands of payslips processed in minutes. Customization? Forget being stuck with templates. This is completely tailor-made to your exact business rules. Accuracy is way higher because it's handled by tested functions, not manual input. And here's the kicker: the cost. Because PostgreSQL is open source, you have zero commercial licensing fees. It's just a smarter, more cost-effective way to operate. Right, so we've covered the what. Now for the really good part, the how. In this section, we're going to show you exactly how this system tackles each of those frustrating pain points we talked about earlier, one by one. Let's go back to that first big one, the painfully slow and stressful month-end process. The waiting, the anxiety, the way it becomes a bottleneck for the entire business. It's just a huge drain on everyone's time and energy. So how is that incredible speed possible? The magic trick is something called PostgreSQL functions. The easiest way to think of these is like having a master chef who already has perfectly optimized recipes for every complex calculation. So instead of slogging through the steps one by one, the system just calls on the right recipe and gets the answer almost instantly. That's how hours literally shrink down into minutes. Next up, the classic square peg in a round hole problem. Your business isn't standard, so why are you using standard software? You've probably got unique commission rules or different pay rates for various shifts that your current system just fights you on. And the solution here is pretty straightforward: total customization. Since the system is built from the ground up just for you, it handles your specific rules perfectly from day one. Got complex commissions? No problem. Multiple shift types? Done. Need different payslip layouts for different branches? It's all built right in, not some awkward add-on. Oh man, I think every single one of us can relate to this. You go to export a report, you open it up in Excel, and it's a disaster. The data's all wrong, the columns are a mess, and now you have to waste precious time cleaning it all up before you can even begin to analyze it. The fix for this is so elegant. It's a feature called PostgreSQL Views. Just think of a view as a perfectly clean, crystal clear window that looks directly at your payroll data. When we export, we're not just dumping raw data, we're exporting that perfect view. So the CSV file that lands in your spreadsheet is perfectly structured and ready to go every single time. No more cleanup. So let's picture your new workflow. It's so simple. Step 1, you send your basic monthly info. Step 2, our system does all the heavy lifting instantly. Step 3, you get clean CSVs back. And here's the best part. In Excel, you just hit refresh and all your charts and pivot tables update automatically. That's it. Finally, let's talk about the big one, the one that keeps people up at night: SARS compliance. Calculating tiered taxes like PAYE correctly for every single employee every single month, it's complicated, and there is zero room for error. Getting it wrong is just not an option. This is where another powerful tool comes into play: PostgreSQL window functions. These things are absolute geniuses when it comes to complex, tiered calculations, exactly like figuring out the correct tax bracket for PAYE. This ensures that your tax, UIF, and skills development levy are all calculated with incredible speed and, more importantly, with total precision. It guarantees your compliance. Okay, technology is one thing, but when it comes to payroll, trust is everything. So in this final section, let's look at the professional credentials that back up this entire service so you can have complete peace of mind. Because look, this isn't just about some clever software. The entire process is managed by a registered tax technician with the South African Institute of Taxation, who also holds a valid SARS tax practitioner number. What this means is you're getting the best of both worlds: a technologically advanced system and a professionally accredited service. You're fully compliant. End of story. So, the final question is pretty simple. Are you ready to trade in that monthly headache for a payroll process that's fast, flexible, and genuinely stress-free? If that sounds like the upgrade your business needs, all the contact details for a consultation are right here.